Hi, everybody. I'm Shanta Maharaj, as you know, and I am a specialist wellness counselor. So, my job takes me a lot into the human mind, into how people think, and all that kind of thing. But by moving to the Western Cape, I've become associated with a very fascinating lady. Now, we look at mind, body, soul, we talk about it. This lady lives it. And if I say soccer, and grannies, it's like there's no congruence. Where is the soccer and grannies come from? But this lady's background is fascinating. She's worked in parliament, she's conducted tours, she's this, and much more. So I'm going to hand you over to Yasmin Johnson, an amazing lady. I want her to tell you about herself before I start questioning her.
Yes, good day, everybody. Like they say, I don't know where to start because I don't think there's an end even in sight. So, I've done many things in my life, lots of community organizations that I belong to, that I serve in my community. The safety and security of everybody is very paramount to me. But uh, it was sent to me last year in February. I was having coffee in a tea room, and a very old friend of mine called me and said, "Can you please send your picture and your ID number? We are going to Mauritius on an all expenses paid trip." And when I got home and I told my grandchildren, "I'm going to Mauritius on an all expenses paid trip," they asked, "Granny, what are you going to do in Mauritius?" And I said, "I am going to play soccer." Now, soccer was never a word in my vocabulary, never. I had never seen a ball in my life. I know nothing about this soccer. Um, what is a handball? And an extremely man's world. Anyway, went to Mauritius, had a great fun time, singing, joking, laughing. And when I got back to Cape Town about a month later, I thought, this is what Cape Town needs. We need to get out of our houses, out of the kitchens, and we need to get out into these beautiful open spaces in Cape Town, and we need to learn something new in life. And so that is how my soccer journey started. Got a few friends, old school friends around the kitchen table, and I said, "We're going to start practice soccer on Saturday." And I thought, I actually don't have a ball to kick. So I invited a few friends around the table, and one gentleman was very involved in soccer, and he said, "I'll give you two balls to start off with." "Oh, all right, two balls. Now, where will we go to?" And I found somebody's old carport, and that is where we started this whole Soccer Grannies.
My word. So I know that there's something coming up in October, and I don't even have the ability to steal your thunder because I don't have the equipment or the expertise to steal your thunder. But I want you to tell us more about October, what's happening, and where do you fit in?
So I have a registered soccer club called Senior Women's Football Club. I firmly believe that whatever you do, you must be compliant in whatever faction you are working in, playing in, doing business, whatever it is, try to be compliant. And so that's how I then went. I registered the club. I got a banking account open in the club's name. I never ever think one should mix the potatoes and the bread money with anything else. It should
Absolutely.
be a clear cut in your life. And so registered this club on the 17th of November 2024, had a big launch of this soccer club. How I was going to do it, I didn't know. I didn't have any money in the bank. Very little, maybe like 4,000 Rand. But I had to get guest speakers and I had to launch the Soccer Granny thing, which was not known in Cape Town at all, at all. Went well, was very, very, very lucky. I had the Deputy Minister of Social Services, His Honorable Hanif Hendricks, as the sort of a guest speaker. And the words that resonate in my mind all the time is what he said. He said, I have yet to see a woman in the Western Cape with a set of keys in her hand to a soccer field. And that is very near to fruition. That is, I think I'm almost there. Let me tell you about this wonderful soccer tournament coming up in October 2025, on the 10th of October, actually. So, from one soccer team who asked me they'd like to come and play in Cape Town, I said, all right, we practice every Sunday and you can come and have a match with us. Within 3 days, it went viral. I have now almost 18 Soccer Grannies teams coming to Cape Town for this soccer tournament on the 10th of October 2025.
18 grannies teams made up of how many players each? So, how many grannies are we expecting here?
So basically, the Soccer Grannies concept is the exact same like Bafana Bafana play or Banyana Banyana play. So it's 11 players and one goalkeeper. That's per team. But you can have about 4 or 5 reserve players sitting on the bench, waiting to fall in for whatever reason. We play 20 minutes this side, and then we switch and we play 20 minutes that side. But the same rules apply. A handball, the ball is offside, um, you get a yellow card. The exact same rules. There's no different in rules. And it has been a real learning curve for me. Every day I get to the soccer club and I learn something new and I say, oh, this is like passing grade 1 and then going to grade 3 and then next thing you're in grade 5. So you kind of, and it has just been at the age of 74. I cannot tell you what an eye opener and what an absolute journey in life it is for me. It is an absolutely fantastic journey.
Now, besides this, what impact have you made on the lives of the people that have joined you? I've seen some videos of you training. You've got a lovely indoor area that I saw some training taking place. And gosh, those ladies look fit. I am not prepared to even cross paths with you ladies because I walk with 2 left legs and sometimes I take one step forward and 5 backwards. So I'll be very careful about, coming close to you. But tell me about this. What difference has it made to their lives?
I find that a lot of people in our communities, um, they are divorced women, they are widowed women, single women over the age of 50, never been married. Um, all they want to do is, well, some married women want to get away from their husbands even. So they want to belong to something, something. Come, and we promote active aging and Ubuntu, getting diverse communities together. That is my absolute hold on is that communities must follow Madiba's words, the legacy of getting communities together through sports. And so in my life, I've had women from the age of 52 to the age of 82, meeting and greeting and talking and laughing and joking. And I think that is absolutely fabulous for me. My circle of 5 friends has probably grown to a soccer family of more than I'd say about 80 people out there. I have people reaching to me from all over the world, all corners, Togo, America, Kenya, India, Bali, all, all over the world with the same ideology in mind of getting people out, keeping healthy, keeping fit, and diversifying our communities. That's very important. And it has been, I cannot tell you the people that have crossed my paths have just been unbelievable.
This is actually a walking example of diversifying communities and at the same time inclusivity. Because, it's just a simple where there's a will, there's a way. And you've proven that. You've really proven that. So, yes, it's all nice things happening, but things cost money, Yasmin. I'm sure people are keen to say, how can we get involved? How can we help? And perhaps there are some husbands that are looking at their very energetic and capable wives and probably saying to them, you know what, you belong to something like this. You could add value to something like this, or you have the expertise, because we never know where that shining diamond is being hidden at the moment, right? So, how can people contact you? What is it you need? What is it you're looking out for? What is your outcome for October? What do you want?
October, I feel, should be an absolutely wow moment. And I hear it many often from people that there are women out there in these rural areas who have never traveled to Cape Town. Never, never in their lives been to Cape Town at all. So I'm doing the October tournament, believe it or not, without a quarter cent in my back pocket. I've been knocking on all the doors that I could ever think of. And so I'm reaching out again to anybody out there who has um, a medical background. Over 50 years of age, we must have a medical team that is maybe a retired doctor, a paramedic, and an ambulance. I must have that at the soccer tournament. It's only a full day soccer tournament. So at the tournament for that full duration of that day. I would like to also ask for a prop. Now we're going to be using 3 soccer fields at the same time, 3. So I have Firaz Sheikh, who is a sports journalist, ex-Radio Lotus and so on. He's now at a radio station, Anycop. He said he will do the announcements for the day. But I need a proper outdoor sound system. So it's not something that you have a birthday party with inside. The inside one doesn't work outside. I'd
Need
like to
proper
have a
PA
proper
system.
PA system to make the announcements properly. Team A are now playing on that field, and Team B on that field, and Team C. Can you get ready to get to that particular? Because it's 3 fields, and it's quite a lot to control. It's not just a single field. I would also like to reach out. I would like to, if there are any airline companies out there that can assist the ladies coming from, if I start mentioning, they Phalaborwa, Lepalali, Richards Bay, Peter Maritzburg, Bushbuck Ridge, Soweto, if there are any airline companies that can give us a reasonable group rating.
Okay, so that's group rating for airlines. You're not looking, to be foolhardy to ask for a donation. You're a professional in tourism as well, and you know that. So we're looking for group rate on that. Just back to your PA system and that kind of thing. My concern is, would you allow people to use their branding on that day? If they are sponsoring, let's say XYZ is paying for a very good PA system for you, are you in a position to allow branding, product branding on that day on the
We are
fields?
looking at branding, and what we thought is we have the three soccer fields, right?
Mhm.
So let's say you prepared to give us a donation of 60,000. We would like to put your branding on, let's say, A field. So somebody's giving us 40,000. He goes on B field because A field will be where the final match will be.
Okay, so there's an opportunity of title sponsorship.
Yes, it's on the inside of the court,
Yeah.
and as the photographer, or we're still hoping to work on the media strategy, that particular company's logo will be there. It will say Albany Bakery, or it will say Pepsi Cola, or it will say Ceres Juices, or whatever it is. And I'm really reaching out deeply to the big old mutual organizations, the Grand West, which is right in the area in which the senior women's football club is located.
So that's Pinelands.
Thornton, Pinelands, Grand West is in Goodwood. Goodwood,
Hmm.
yes. Probably like 2 streets away from where I live. And we have to look after these senior people because their um, monetary, financial
Yeah.
is very limited. Is
Limited,
very
very
limited,
limited.
and so there are a lot of them that are actually just recipients of government pension, SASSA. So for a person like that who dreamt of ever coming to Cape Town, this is wow. I'm going to Cape Town, right?
It's a sad thing, Yasmin, that for the majority of our country, Cape Town is like another city for them, and not
Absolutely.
just another city, it's like another country. When they hear about, I suppose because our coastline is so massive and, our weather is so different. We've got a sunny, freezing winter's afternoon. That's what we I wouldn't trade this for anything. So as you say, some people, it's just this one dream that they are going to be hanging on to. And we need people out there to try and make these dreams possible for them.
I think what I've seen in soccer with engaging with different women, I've really, and I like to associate with like-minded people. So somebody who's happy, irresponsive of all the other things going on in the back, but he's coming to practice. I take fruit every week to the practice because I feel it would be nice. Maybe that person doesn't have, or he felt like
The
having in
energy.
his week. So, and so I take fruit from my own home and I take it there and I put it down for the team. And I say, please help yourself to some fruit. And when I look at these women and I look at how they respect me and how they bring the values of the church, their organization, their community, and they bring that into my fold. and I'm learning about all these different cultures. This one does it like this, and that one. And I say to myself, wow, this apartheid system in South Africa was not good at all, eh?
Doesn't this build a lot of opportunity to be educated on different people? It's a learning curve,
For
mixing
a
with
lot
other
of those,
people.
yeah, for a lot of those women, you sit in a bus and you're traveling to a particular soccer tournament, so they will sing their gospel song, and then
Absolutely.
they'll ask you, so what are you singing from Cape Town, Yasmin? And I think, oh, okay, what am I going to sing? So this team's coming to Cape Town. I want to honestly say this is a first for Cape Town. A Soccer Grannies tournament has never been held in Cape Town. So I want to really put my best foot forward. And I'm honestly asking anybody out there, in whatever way they think they can give the goodie bags at the award ceremony, they can give the some medals and some trophies and a small prize and um, anything,
Boost the
whatever it is,
morale. Boost the
anything,
morale of the
whatever it
player.
is, it will showcase that we, as the Soccer Grannies, we want to be recognized in South Africa and the world, and we want to take this to the next level. It is where it is, and I'm not looking at any negativity, anybody,
Good.
whatever. If I write to you once and you know, I'm looking at all the positives, what is next and what comes next and what comes next. And I have worked on this October tournament since April already.
That's a lot. So you were talking
It's
about a gala evening. If
yes,
people want to sponsor, very quickly, tell me about that gala evening. What are you looking for there?
right. So because the teams are coming in on different dates, I thought we would have the gala dinner on the 10th of October. So you play your match during the day, you go back, you freshen up, you get dressed, get ready, and then we're free. Then we're a little bit, okay, the
Mm,
soccer is over. So this is again getting the teams together in one room over a drink, laugh, chat, whatever, and then saying, making the announcements that this is we feel out of the tournament was the best goalkeeper.
so it's like an
We
awards evening as
an
well, a gala
awards
awards.
evening,
Wow,
yeah, and we've had a quote for that particular event. And if there's anybody out there that can donate something, and the quotation, well, the chat went very well. So the waiters will all be in soccer gear. Waiters, waitresses, they will have on soccer gear. And we will have something in the background drop there. Um, uh, Cape Town soccer tournament with Table Mountain, and something like
of
that.
course, our beautiful mountain and sea.
Yeah, and we'll have a couple of things that will be on the table that will be very sort of in line with the theme. But I can tell you that the quote came to 350,000 rand.
A lot of money.
It's a lot of money. But if there's a big company out there that says we will pay for the music, somebody else will say, and I always believe you take the cake and you start dissecting
Slice
it
it.
into slices,
That's it.
then it becomes
Much easier.
much easier. And we're very happy. The organizing team, we're very happy to put your logo, your company's logo, onto our invitation, onto our cards, the lanyards and the cards, to give you a space at the tournament to put up your table, your products, your gazebo with your name on it, free of charge for a small donation. If you say, okay, I'm prepared to give some things to the goodie bags. That's also fine. Sun International, where are you? You know, a little prize for somebody which says, this is a 2-night stay from Sun International at any hotel of your choice.
Yeah,
You know, it's those little things
they add
that
up.
will be remembered long after the tournament is over.
I
The
believe for
wow.
some of those grannies, it's going to be the first time they're even staying in a hotel.
Yes, I am quite certain of that because when I was working out certain quotations and I said to them, this is dinner, bed, and breakfast. And some people have never ever left that little city in which they live, Umlazi or Richards Bay or wherever. So for them, traveling, coming into a new
Big
place,
thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's a big thing.
here is Granny went, and it's I still, when I think of my Mauritius trip, it brings so much of warmth to me that this is what the ambassador in Mauritius did for this South African team, the South African ambassador there. And so the same thing I'm saying, I have a very small organizing committee at the moment. If there's anybody out there who runs an events company or something and wants to come on board,
Without charging an exorbitant fee.
yes, because I don't have. I really, sometimes I'm actually really going down on my knees to ask if there's anybody in whichever small way they are able to uh, join this venture because this is
Join it.
um,
If you look at it
yeah.
that way, it's join, contribute in whatever way you can, host these grannies. It might be for some the first, the only trip, for some, unfortunately, the first and the last trip. So you
I
just can't say
agree
what.
wholeheartedly that we need to take care of our seniors. We,
Absolutely.
uh, uh, you know, I think families don't give enough. And I saw it last week for Mandela Day. We made sandwiches and we took these sandwiches to a day hospital. And there were rows and rows and rows of people sitting there for medical, you know. And then I got a call, Yasmin, I've got some fruit for you. So I rushed over to the market to grab the fruit. And I said to the two people with me, I said, what am I going to do with this fruit? It didn't take me very long. I said, there is a old age home not far from my house, Kensington Old Age Home. Boxed up some fruit, took it to them. There were a couple of kids in a very, very poor area looking at me, and I put it in little packets, and I said, "That's for you. That's for your
Absolutely.
banana."
That little bit
Oh,
of dignity.
yes. And I will send you the pictures when I sat at Kensington Old Age Home. I was doing arts and crafts for them,
I
and I
saw
thought,
that. I
how
saw that.
how
That's
can
wonderful.
how can you put your family member there? I'm sure most of them, the family, don't even know that they are still living or dead.
Yeah,
But they were so
absolutely.
happy to see me.
Yeah.
And so on this coming Thursday, the 31st of July, a few of my ladies and I will go to Athlone School for the Blind. It's
Wonderful.
in Belvoir. And what we're going to do is we're going to join with Samaritan's Feet. It's an organization that puts shoes and socks on the school shoes and socks on the feet of underprivileged children.
That's fantastic.
So I'm looking forward to that. That is one of my dad's pet programs that he spent a lot of time in. And I mustn't forget, I want to go and buy a few packets of sweeties for the kids to take with. And that is what I think. The soccer team should not just be asking, we should also be, yes, because I'm sure you give with one hand and you take with the other hand.
Absolutely. Yes, Ben, we've come to the end. I want your contact details if you don't mind sharing it. If you want to share your mobile number or your email, what is it?
I'm happy to share all my contact details. So the email account is Yasmin, that's YASMIN at discover, DISCOVER, and then there's like a little dash, like a minus sign. And Cape Town is one word, CAPETOWN.co.za. And the telephone number 24/7 082 826 4602. If you're calling from outside South Africa, it's plus 2782 826 4602. I look forward to hearing from all of you, no matter where you are or how long you want to stay with us.
Yasmin, what a privilege to talk to you. I'm so grateful we could do this. We've been postponing it, and I'm just very, very happy that we managed to get it done. Thank you so much.